Hi, so as I said, my name is Jaime Oliver. I'm a lead data scientist at IIA. And today I want to talk about how we are bringing AI to the sustainability markets. And I want to start that with one single fact, which is that towards the end of this century, the planet is going to warm by 2.7 degrees. According to all scientists, this is well beyond several climate tipping points. And so we need something more than just policies to bring sustainability to the world. One particular way that people have thought about is basically integrating sustainability into financial markets. So the main framework of what you call sustainable finance is that investors would divest from companies that don't align with their values, and so they provide the right incentives for them to change behavior. And in order to do this, they need the information, right? So there are different rating agencies trying to look at the environmental, social, and governance performance of these companies at building what they call the ESG scores. Now, one study from MIT Sloan a couple of years ago, or like 6 years ago, they claimed that the correlations across different data providers were not enough, right? And that's kind of the plot you're seeing on the right. It should look like a straight line. It doesn't. So why is that? Basically, the data underlying these ratings is not quality enough, and then it doesn't have enough coverage of companies. And that is exactly what we aim to do at IIA. So through artificial intelligence, we're going through 3 different pillars to add value to these data sets and then serve it to clients through different methodologies. So first, we go to data collection, so gather all the information from corporate sustainability reports, information that the companies are disclosing. The information that is not available, we complete it through AI models. And then we curate the different human errors that are kind of introduced in the process in the third step. So let me go quickly through all of those 3. In the first step, we basically use LLMs to parse through hundreds of thousands of corporate sustainability documents, news articles, earning calls, and we extract information about the sustainability of the company related to the policies that the company has, the controversies that they have incurred into, and also quantitative metrics around the performance of the company. We used to do this back in the day in 2018 with kind of discriminative type of models, BERT models. But now we're more and more moving into RAG systems that are able to kind of like extract that information based on the context of the documents. So in this way, we solve kind of scalability of the data collection, but there are many data points that are not out there because the companies don't disclose them, right? And so what we do is basically complete that data set. What you're seeing here is the coverage of the different ESG metrics that big companies in the world, in this case the MSCI Agri Index, are disclosing. And so you can see that for direct emissions, for example, just over 60% of companies are disclosing that. What we do is basically learn from the companies that are disclosing this information and generalize to the companies that are not disclosing. We do this through machine learning models. They are not generative AI models, so they are not cool, I know, but they work. And they capture rich interactions between the different features of the company, which are kind of superior to previous models. In the third step, we basically curate the errors that have been introduced by humans through the process through classifier models that look at the history of the data point. They look at the comparison of the company within its industry, what different data sources say. And in this way, we curate and we get to the best in-class data sets available out there. We were actually so sure about this that we went to the very same researchers that were trashing ESG rating companies, and we proposed a collaboration with them. And that is actually what we did last fall here at MIT, where we were studying the CO2 emissions that companies disclose and the information that is available out there. What we found was that companies that went through a third-party assurance process were reporting almost 10% higher emissions than their peers. This is really concerning because it shows kind of the level of poor quality in the data. But it's important because it shows also that these companies have good intentions, actually. So if you look at the decarbonization rates of companies that go through a third-party assurance process, they decarbonize faster than their peers. That paper is already out in SSRN. You might read it if you want. But the point is that now we have this big database, and we are building expert methodologies on top of it. So now, in the near future, what we want to do is scale the adoption of this data set and these methodologies. And basically, what we are doing now is building what we call the Clarity AI assistant. With this assistant, it's a generative AI model. Through natural language, you can basically access Clarity AI's database, methodologies, and answer questions around those methodologies, how they work. Can you get company-specific insights? Can you explain why the portfolio has the sustainability that you have, and how can I change it, right? So this is actually going live as we speak. So yeah, I encourage you to follow us, and I hope I've transmitted how we can bring sustainability to markets using artificial intelligence. Thank you.